So in the 5th episode of Star Wars The Acolyte, there was a reveal. Manny Jacinto's character, named Kamir, is revealed as the big bad. And the official Star Wars website actually compares this moment, this reveal, to Darth Vader's reveal, I am your father, and other iconic moments in Star Wars history. And this just shows you the level of disconnect between Star Wars and the fan base. And it also comes across as very desperate. Here's what they said, and more. Let's get into it. The editor-in-chief over at StarWars.com, named Kristen Baver, gives us these articles 24 to 48 hours after an Acolyte episode drops, and she basically goes through a summary of what happened, the key events, the highlights, if you will. For many of us, there aren't any highlights. But we're going to be fair to the article and see what she says. We're not going to read the whole thing, because we're just going to key in on the Star Wars heresy that was just said by Miss Baver. The 5th episode is correctly titled Night, since it is like dark the entire episode. It is super nighttime. And right here is where the comedy begins. However, this is still a time of peace. There is no galaxy embroiling conflict, just the stranger and his prey. Once the masked menace has moved on to Jecki and May, we see just what the young Padawan is made of. She fights like someone far older and more experienced. And although she respects the rules of the Order, she is clearly ready to adapt as needed. When her lightsaber temporarily shorts out due to the Cortosis gauntlet on the stranger's forearm, which the show never explained, she puts Kelnaka's oversized lightsaber to use, holding her own until she is ultimately bested in combat and the stranger's true identity is revealed. Get ready for one of the worst takes in Star Wars history. Brace yourselves. And can we talk about this moment? It feels as shocking as when Darth Vader admitted the truth of Luke Skywalker's lineage in The Empire Strikes Back. Or when Darth Maul first ignited his double-sided lightsaber to duel Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi in The Phantom Menace. Or when the Skywalker saber sailed right past Kylo Ren and into Rey's outstretched hand in The Force Awakens. I don't even know what to say. It's a moment that is devastating the first time you see it, yet the impact does not lessen on repeat viewings. People are watching this more than once. 3 well-placed strikes, and we discover that the stranger has been concealing a short saber in his hilt, a hidden viper ready to strike. As his victim falls, we finally see his face. They just compared this reveal in this show to Darth Vader's I Am Your Father scene. To Darth Maul igniting the double-bladed lightsaber. And I gotta hand it to him, this moment is very similar to the lightsaber going into Rey's outstretched hand. That's the one thing I'll agree with, because it's not good. This really speaks to the level of desperation from Lucasfilm, that they are really taking the iconic moment in Star Wars history. Not just Star Wars history. Probably, arguably, the biggest reveal in the history of cinema. The most shocking, hidden reveal moment to ever go down. We're talking about a moment that parents still record their children today. They record their faces today, seeing this moment from 1980 because it is that powerful. So if Kristen Baver wants to say it doesn't lessen on repeat viewings, she's right. If she's only talking about the Darth Vader deal. As a matter of fact, in preparation for this video, I was looking at reactions to Darth Vader, and I literally had tears start to stream down my face, just reliving it all for myself. Nothing in The Acolyte moves the majority of the fans, except when the percentage continues to drop, because the fandom is united because we do not like the Star Wars that they're giving us, because we love Star Wars and we hold it to a higher standard. Speaking of the percentage, it is now up to 14%. It went from 13 to 14 after that episode. I am going to predict that we might even get down to single digits. If it doesn't get significantly better, it should be there. That's exactly where it needs to be. Star Wars needs to know that if they can't make better Star Wars than this, they need to quit making it at all. And speaking of that, one of the dumbest things I've read in a while, coming here from one of the worst sites, but hey, it's news, it's editorials. They put these out and people read them and cover them. And here I am. I want you to see what these people are actually saying. Star Wars should get off television and stay off. But guess why they're saying that? Because of the toxicity of the fan base. That's why they need to quit making Star Wars shows. Here's the simple solution. Hey, Star Wars, if you make better Star Wars, we'll be happy. There are valid criticisms against the Star Wars television shows, and of course, but there's no valid way to send death threats and no valid way to send racist messages to acting talent. And this person is definitely showing their level of ability in terms of writing. There are plenty of valid ways to send those messages. They're messages that should not be sent. That's what you should be saying. Because if anybody wishes death on somebody because of an opinion on Star Wars, that's ridiculous. But the whole death threat thing, that's what they say. That's the problem with Star Wars right there. It's the fans that are not happy with the Acolyte. They're the problem. That's not the problem at all. So they continue, it is the height of absurdity that there are social media giants like Star Wars Theory whose entire online presence is built on one thing, hating any new Star Wars. You just lost any shred of credibility that you had left right there. Because Star Wars Theory's complete identity is not about hating on everything Star Wars, and there's so much evidence to suggest otherwise. What this is shiltacular. That's what this is. This kind of toxicity exists in other fandoms, of course, but in Star Wars it's out of control, and the release of the television original, The Acolyte, has made things uglier than ever, and look where they go with this. Every episode released, every new season, offers more chances for the toxic fans to turn molehills into mountains in the vilest and most hateful ways possible. A Star Wars television release schedule adds too much fuel to the fire and far too frequently. You want to talk about hate? These people hate Star Wars content creators like this channel right here. They love to call us grifters. They love to call us click peddlers. They love to call us people who promote hate. That we're rage baiters. None of that's true. We see a product, we react to the product. When it's a good product, we say it's a good product. When it's crap, we say it's crap. They can't handle that. Do you not think we want great Star Wars? Of course we do. I've been a fan for over 40 years. Go back and look at this channel and how it exploded when Mark Hamill returned as Luke Skywalker. Go see. Oh, and by the way, you know how we kind of showed the whole reveal and how Star Wars is saying this is just as good of a moment? The only thing that they've done that's even in the ballpark of Darth Vader's reveal as I'm your father is the Luke Skywalker return in Mandalorian Chapter 16. Everything else since that moment has gone straight downhill except Andor. Things just kind of leveled off during that time, but things aren't good. Think about what it's like to be the kind of toxic Star Wars social media influencer whose entire presence is based on trashing the franchise's new releases. Imagine the price you would pay if you would change your opinion and admit it publicly. Your entire community and likely your financial well-being when it comes to the bigger Star Wars influencers could be taken away from you if you say something as reasonable as, yeah, I don't think Ki Adi Mundi in The Acolyte is a big deal. I see what they're saying. There needs to be a cry out for authenticity. But here's the problem with that. In this space, when Star Wars content creators say what they think, and it happens to be negative or something that one side disagrees with, especially the shills who consume everything Disney Star Wars does and think it's all 10 out of 10 golden eggs, they think that we're just doing this just for the clicks, just for the hate, just for the money. They don't think that we're being authentic. But guys, you don't think that this 14% right here is somewhat accurate? Come on, man. It certainly is. And to circle all the way back, this shows you the desperation and the lack of understanding your fan base. If you're going to say anything from The Acolyte, anything at all from The Acolyte is anything like Darth Vader's reveal, Darth Maul, any of those things, even Luke Skywalker's reveal in Mandalorian Chapter 16. Come on, guys. Get it right. We'll be live tonight. Got a great big show at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Hope to see you there. As we always say, we are, you are Echo Base Network. May the Force be with you. See you on the next one.